Hello everyone, welcome again to another episode of the Crafty Crow Show. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I really appreciate all the support and stuff you give. Today's video, we're going to be restoring a tool like we have been lately. This one is going to be a little special. It's going to be a gift. It's going to be a gift to a friend. Now I had this given to me by another friend. I don't know the age. We might be able to find out once we dig into it. Mid 1900s, I would say, maybe a little bit earlier, just guessing. But as with most things we get, you know, antiques, you can find antiques anywhere, and you can do a little bit of elbow grease on them, restore them, you can go back to working condition. I've done a bunch of that on the stuff back here behind me on the wall, and a whole bunch of stuff, you know, that I've still yet to do. But this one's a little rough. Going to have to figure a little bit out with it, but I'm sure we can get it. But this is going to be a gift for a friend. I'm not going to take you to the end of the video who the friend is, but it's somebody that's helped me and the channel out tremendously over the years. Well, over the months. But I thought it'd be nice to give this to him, and it being right at Christmas time, it'd be a nice gift. So today we're going to restore the old bit brace. Nothing fancy to it. I don't even know if it's got a maker's mark on it or not, but we'll try to find out. But let's dig into this. We'll get this thing restored, and then I'll reveal to you who's getting it. But it's one of the viewers and one of the subscribers. Stick with us, guys. This is the Crafty Crow Show. And here we go, everyone. The old bit brace. This was given to me by a friend named Kobe. The same guy that gave me the hand plane we've not restored yet, but pretty simple bit brace. Like I said, we'll have to see if we see any names or anything, but I'd say this thing is cracked. That's why it's taped. So let's find the end of the tape and tape that off. Take that off. It's cracked all the way down, so I can't tell, guys, if it's cracked. I mean, it is cracked, but somebody might have actually already glued that. We'll try to leave it alone, and it's going to be kind of hard to get some of that tape off, but we'll try to leave it alone. We'll get standing, see what we can come up with on that. But these things are simple. I mean, I know you've seen them before. We've got pivot here, pivots here. And you, I don't know if I can show this with the camera. Turn it. You can use screwdrivers. It's a manual screwdriver. There ain't no sense in trying to over-explain it. So, the big thing is this chuck. And this is an older model, just by the way the head's made. Mine is ratcheting. You can ratchet in tight spaces and stuff. So, you know, this is an older design, older model, but it will still work great for anything. What you have, you got your cap there. You have a chuck here that wants to be stubborn and not come out, and it might be all right, but you've got little jaws here that, just like a regular screwdriver, it clamps, but maybe you can see that. It's got notches, and I'll show you one of the bits and show you why these notches are here, but it just sets down in there and holds tight. Actually, that's a good little, I don't know if it's got a retainer in there or what, or they can just fall out like that, you know. There we go. Okay. We'll get apart, maybe never get her back together. I've actually not seen one like this before, so. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a bar. Most of them don't have that. The jaws are all one piece, so that's pretty interesting. Looks like these jaws have a little pin there that come together, and that's how they work. So maybe this is older design. I've never seen one like that. Now we don't have to worry about taking that off. And I honestly don't see a screw on how to take that off. So we might be leaving that one on. But that's all right. We can still handle that. So there's your pieces. I mean, there's not much to them. Let's try to get a better angle so I've got more room to work here. And we'll get all this shined up first and get all the metal parts shined up. Then we'll work on the wood. And while we're shining, we'll see if we can get this. But I'm going to have the wire brush on the drill. So let me set you up in a better position and get to this. All right, now a little bit of sanding on this. Steel wool does really good, and one thing I like about the steel wool, you can polish all day and get it shiny, but the steel wool will actually get a lot of the little nooks and crannies on things and get them clean, but still leave kind of that antique look to it. You know, some tools, it depends on how I do it. Sometimes I like getting them really good and shiny and looking like brand new, but sometimes I like leaving that character and stuff. And as old as this one is, I'm liking this character. But we'll put work into the wood to see if we can get it looking back good. So let's get to sanding. Now, it didn't take long. Next thing we want to do, because all the cleanup is pretty much finished. So, if I can get my container open over here. First thing we want to do is take some turpentine, wipe everything off. Make sure we've got all that grit from the sandpaper and stuff wiped off, especially off the wood. That'll help clean up all your dust. And I've never tried it before. We'll go ahead and wipe down the metal too. Could give us some flash rusting for all I know. So we'll have to see. But like I said, the turpentine is just good for cleaning off the wood. Plus, it'll kind of give you a preview of what it's going to look like and getting it moist. But that don't take but a second. We're not going to do the other parts. We've done wiped them off good. Now, I'll go over it again just to make sure. So the best thing for wood, and I love this stuff, is it's linseed oil. And this is raw linseed oil. Boiled is usually better. It's quicker drying. And actually in that sense, let's do the metal first. That way we can, when we get the linseed oil done, we're done. We can let it set and dry some. So as I've got just some penetrating oil. It don't matter what kind of oil you use really. Just any kind of oil. Like most of our other metal stuff, you know, get this oil on there, it will coat it, protect it, and help keep from the rust coming back. And it'll lubricate anything we need to lubricate, because we need some lubrication in there where them teeth go in. So we'll cover all the metal with the oil. That'll keep it good and protected. And you could use the linseed oil on this. That wouldn't be a problem at all. It leaves kind of a... I've done a couple of my axes with it, and it kind of leaves a... when it dries, kind of a film, which is good and protective, but it doesn't really feel good on the hand. So there's a hole down there that spring goes in. Let's see if I can find something to get that spring back in. That might be our biggest problem. Look there, acting like I know what I'm doing. And these teeth, like I said, are unique. I've never seen any teeth like this before. But principle's the same. So that must go down in the spring. And these might be a booger to get in there. I know you probably can't see that because I can barely see it. There's one down in there. There was one down in there until it shot out like a rocket. Good grief, that was fun. You tell them I'm gonna let go of it, so all this collar does is just slip over it. Now, whew, we got that beast locked in. A little bit of oil on those threads. That'll just help it open and close better. To the person that's getting this, don't, if you don't have to, don't take that spring out. Just saying. Okay, this chuck works just like a regular drill. And it'll open up. And then before we get to this wood again, let me get you a chuck in there to see what that looks like. Because once we do this boiled linseed oil, it takes a little while to dry. So we'll need to be kind of done with it by then. So here's one of the bits that would go on one of these. You can see it's got, it's called the snail. It's like a thread. It'll thread itself into the wood, and this will pull it through the wood to help it cut. But on this end, it's kind of a triangle shape all the way around. You can't use regular bits with this because they're just round shank. But it's got this head, and that's why you had the angled teeth there. So it goes in there to angle, and then when you tighten it down, it will lock in good and doesn't come out. Actually, it's kind of like the hex head bits and stuff now. Man, this oven actually, golly, that thing sit down in there hard. That ain't never going to come out. Plus, it being in those notches keeps it from twisting. So, real good design. We went away with it, but that's why you can't use modern bits with this. And like I said, they did make like a Phillips and flathead screwdriver ends that went in this with this kind of shank on it. But so let's get this wood took care of and we're done with it. So like I said, for the wood, boiled linseed oil or raw linseed oil. Love putting it on my wood products, any of my wood products. And actually, usually I just get a little on my hand. And put it straight on there. You're not supposed to use this stuff because they use chemical dryers and stuff in it, so it's not good for your bare skin, they say. So I usually try to keep gloves on and do that. But what this is going to do, this is going to condition that wood because it's kind of an oil, that linseed oil is. I guess that's why it's called linseed oil, huh? It is an oil and will soak down into that wood and condition it really good. And I'd say this wood has not had any conditioning for many, many years, so. And if it gets on the metal, like I said, that's all right. It's not going to hurt it at all. This thing might actually need a couple of coats of the linseed oil before it's over with. If you wipe off the excess, then you keep from getting that buildup I was talking about. So, there we go. Again, another project didn't take too long. Don't never take too long to clean these up and get things nice. But yeah, it's an antique, like I said, probably turn of the century bit brace. And it was in good shape. That's what's helped us out a whole bunch. It was in good shape. It wasn't rusted up bad or anything. But I think it's going to make a nice gift. Well, let's get you up and finish this one up, guys, and let you know who's going to be receiving this gift. And that, boys and girls, is how we restore a bit brace. I think it turned out good. I might have to put another coat of linseed oil on it because that wood's old. Looks like this little handle here, I was worried about it. It must have been glued and at some point pinned back together because it looks like there's a couple of nails in it. So it should stay. If not, you know, we just get some wood glue and put on there and then sand off the excess and it'll be all right. But as I told you, this is going to a subscriber. This guy has been very positive. He's a very positive person. And we had a discussion one time about tools, and he had said something about wish that he'd had some of the old tools that his dad had for his shop. I think it was when we was looking at the contest on these. So I thought, since I've already got a couple of them in here, that I would do this one for him, and I'm going to send it to him. Kind of a Christmas present, but more of a thank you kind of present for just helping the channel. You know, he's a real great guy. He's gave a lot of help to the channel, gave me some good input on video and structure and everything. So to show my appreciation, I really want to get this to him and give it for him. So Brainstorm. I've redone this one for you, Brainstorm. I appreciate everything you've done for the channel, everything you've done for me, all the help and all the positive attitude you give each and every one of us that's in the Facebook group. All the comments that you give all of us, because I know you do it with everybody. You're a really great, positive person, and it's really appreciated. So to show my appreciation, I want to do this video, and video is kind of dedicated to you, and I wanted to give you this bit brace. I know this ain't a family heirloom, but you can put this in your shop, know that somebody was thinking about you and redone it, and kind of give you something to smile about every now and then, hopefully. So thanks all the help that you gave so far and the continued help that you give. And I'm really excited to get this to you. So send me an email. It's all one word, thecraftycrowshow@gmail. Send me an email on how I can get this to you, and I'll get this thing shipped out to you, buddy, so you can get it. But again, appreciate all the help that you do, and all you other YouTubers out there, look him up, look his channel up. He's got great content. Usually get a good laugh out of it. When he cooks with his mom, it's usually reminds me of cooking with my grandmother. So it's pretty good episodes, and I get all nostalgic when I watch them. So give him a look up. Like I said, it's Brainstorm is the name of his channel. Really great guy, got really great content. And he's definitely a positive person, which is something we all need these days. So let me know how to get this out to you, Brainstorm, buddy, and we'll get it shipped in the snail mail and get it in your hands. I'll even see if I can't find a couple of bit braces or bits to go with it that I might have laying around. I'll have to look and see. I'm not sure, but if I do, I'll send you some. That way you'll have something to use with it. But thanks, buddy. I appreciate everything you do. So for everybody else, thanks for stopping by. As always, as the good Lord tells you, be good to one another. We need a ton of that right now. But we'll see you guys on the next video.